people who absolutely hate the guy who invented Chinese character. My name is Ceci and welcome to another episode of How to Cantonese. Or should I say how to Chinese character instead? Because today we're going to look into Chinese characters, of course. Which means this will be another, you can say, theory-based video. May as well put on an boring alert. Why did I do that? You didn't see anything. Please pretend that you didn't see any. Shh. And speaking of Chinese character, there are two types of Chinese characters. The first one is Simplified Chinese, which is mainly used in, of course, China, or more specifically, mainland China, and maybe other countries that have a lot of ethnic Chinese. What is that adjective? Like Malaysia or Singapore. In those countries, Simplified Chinese is used like officially. So if you're learning Mandarin in order to use in those regions, then you have to learn simplified characters. But if you are learning Cantonese, at least the Hong Kong version of Cantonese, and Macau as well. And also most of the Chinatowns out there in other countries, like, I don't know, Canada, or if you're learning Mandarin in Taiwan, those places use traditional characters. You can say it's a more complex, more mind-blowing one, either in a good way or a bad way. So yeah, don't get confused. Make sure which type of the Chinese characters that you actually need to learn. But what about the Japanese ones and the Korean ones? They have Chinese characters too, right? Are they the same? No. So the thing is, like, you can imagine Chinese being the Eastern version of Latin back in the old days. Many Eastern countries back then, they were inspired by Chinese and they have their own language invented afterwards. So you can say there was a big influence of Chinese. So that's why you can see Japanese using kanji, which is Chinese character in Japanese, and Korean using hanja, that is, of course, Chinese characters in Korean. But bear in mind that they are not Chinese. It may sound weird, but just don't get confused. They are not the same language. So they may look alike, but usually they have a different meaning. Maybe a slight difference, maybe a totally different meaning. For example, in Cantonese, 丈夫, this characters means husband, but in Japanese, the same looking character does not mean Japanese, does not mean husband. By the way, I don't speak Japanese, so all the Japanese speaking audience out there, cut me some slack, please. So in this video, there will be another part where you will not see my face, because we are going to look into some very basic component of Chinese characters. In other words, we're going to break those characters down step by step. So yeah, let's. How do you do a good transition? Hello people, and you are looking at Ceci's chubby hands, because I have two hands. And yeah, we're going to write some characters. But before that, we're going to talk about some basic concepts. Actually, Chinese characters is also formed by different, you can say, patterns. So just imagine it as big Lego pieces. And you can form Chinese characters by combining 1 to up to 3 big chunk of Lego pieces. Well, I guess you can't really combine one thing from one thing, so yeah, good this English. If you're still confused, then here we go. We have some examples. When I'm talking about one piece, not that manga, actually I haven't read that, so I apologize. For one piece of Lego, you can say, usually they are simple characters, like hand, 手. Forgive me for not writing down that pronunciation because I can't recite or memorize pronunciations. Apologies. Or maybe 中, just like center. You can see that they are not quite separable because they are only one piece. So what about two pieces then? Yes, my handwriting is like a kindergartner. In the two pieces category, there are 3 types. The first one is left, then right, just like this one. Dick, don't go there. Get your minds out of the gutter. Not that kind of dick, okay? Basically, dick means an apostrophe s, possessive idea. It is not a noun, not a verb, not an adjective. Yeah, and the second type is the up and down, top up, top, bottom type. For example, my, which means to buy. And about the third type, it is the inside, outside type. So for example, yan, you can see it is like something is trapped inside I don't know, a boundary kind of thing. By the way, yan is reason. You can divide this one into 2 pieces like this, and how can I mark it? Like this. Wow, the red is totally obvious. So for the third type, which is the 3 pieces type, yep, I can't write fast. There are 2 types for this then. And the first one is left, center, right type. An example for this would be good, which is foot or feet for plural, but we don't have a plural form, so yeah, deal with it. And the second type is top, center, bottom. And example is length. Yeah, this one is it looks kind of scary for beginners. This one has different meaning, but for now I say it is spirit, you know, like ghost, like this kind of thing. very basic idea about Chinese characters is like this. And guess what? For each type you can continue and break them down into different parts as well. For further division, we're just going to use one example, which is the very scary one thing. So from this part you can see it is basically divided into 3 parts for this character. Oh, this one is to be longer. The first part being like this, correct? But actually you can further divide this thing. Just like for the middle part, you can do it like this. With this concept in mind and a lot of mix and match of different kinds of parts and components and stuff, you can get characters like Tit Guy, by the way, is design. Big chunky division is like the left and right part. But when you look at it, the first character can be further divided into this one. So there you go. One more example is Ying Guo. Well, Ying Guo, if you have watched the nationality video, then you'll know what this is. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Go. Ying Guo is the UK anyway. This one is like the top and bottom one, and for this one, firstly it is the inside outside one. There are also something else inside. So yeah, hi, me again, hello. So yeah, though that was the content of today's video, and I hope you can read my handwriting and you get the idea of what I was talking about. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any kinds of questions and stuff, please leave a comment down below, and if you like this video, find it useful, and find my chubby hands not that disturbing, please leave a like down below. And also subscribe to this channel for more Cantonese/Chinese characters now, I guess, related stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!